Are you serious? Are you serious? I want to thank Tina Lane of Indiana for sending this report to me. What you're looking at right there, welcome to Nicolas Maduro's Venezuela. Yes, this is Nicolas Maduro's Venezuela, the same Nicolas Maduro who took over after the death of Hugo Chavez. Now, Maduro has, of course, Chavez said that it was President Obama who gave him somehow, it was the Americans in the Obama administration, gave him cancer and he died. Nicolas Maduro has refused to open any dialogue, any reasonable dialogue with the United States of America, and has been absolutely living in a state of paranoia. He's even sent messages out to President Obama, do not assassinate me, do not attempt to assassinate me. Now, I'm not going to stick up for President Obama because, you know, I never know who's going to do what in the world stage. But what I am going to do is say this. Nicolas Maduro, you need to worry more about what in the world you're doing. Folks, what you're looking at right there, that is the food lines. That is people standing in line to get something to eat. You say, what in the world's going on? Well, Nicolas Maduro obviously doesn't know anything about capitalism, doesn't know anything about free enterprise or free markets, okay? And the law of supply and demand, you have to let the markets work freely. For instance, if there's this many people standing in line waiting to get food, there should be other merchants allowed to come walking down this path selling them bottles of water because they're thirsty, selling them food, and being able to charge them whatever prices they feel they can charge, whether they're higher or lower, based on competition, based on supply and demand. But what Nicolas Maduro has done, he has put a freeze on all food prices. They're set in stone. And if the price what he calls the fair price law. Now that's what you do in places, that's socialism. Okay? That's socialism. So basically what happens is if you're a merchant, if you're in business, and if you can't buy the product you're going to sell to the public and get a good enough profit of it, it's not worth you even doing. You're definitely not going to sell food at prices that you're going to lose money. You'll just close your business. You'll just close your shop. You can't function. And you're not a mean person. It's not that you're a bad person. It's just you can't afford it. You can't do it. So what happens is these merchants start closing their grocery stores, start closing their convenience stores, start closing their gasoline stations because they can't make a profit. When that happens, there's only few places people can get food, and thus there becomes the lines. Check this out. This is insane. Here's some of them getting closer now as the line has made its way into the alley and are starting to turn the corner, and the people, and who knows how long. Did you see how long that line was? I mean, the last one, what is it, about 3-4 miles just to buy a few items? These people have families. They're going to do this every day? And will there be enough food in the grocery store once they get in? When everybody is going to buy a ton of it or whatever money they have. And they're going to wipe the store out. They can't get enough food to show up. The trucks can't. This is insane. This is what you get when you have socialism. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. In Venezuela, it's going to blow sky high. The people cannot live like this. They will demand freedom. They will rally and they will riot, and there have already been some rioting going on there, but nothing like what's getting ready to take place. I won't give this 60 days. Within 60 days, Venezuela will blow sky high. I mean, they've already been having quite a bit of violence, but do you think this is going to last? And get this, as you make your way into the store, see this guy? He's stamping them on the arm. And he's also, he's reading what was already stamped. Look back behind this lady who's getting her arm scanned. The guy way back there, he's looking at his scan or stamp that's already on his arm that has to be verified by the guys in line. And after you've stood for 10 hours in 4-mile line, you get all the way up to the door and your scanner don't work and they pull you out of the line. What this is for, so people don't take advantage and keep just jumping back in the line going through 2 and 3 times. They're limiting on how much food they can get. The opportunity to get food is becoming scarce. This is not going to work, and this is exactly what I'm talking about when you talk about socialism or communism. This is what happens to free societies. They completely fall apart, and Venezuela is in that process. You need to really pray for these folks. It would be horrendous to live in a society. Now, understand something. When you have capitalism, people do get wealthy, and you do have poor. But majority of the people do live somewhere in the middle in some type of way that they have the opportunity to participate in the capitalism to some degree. Maybe not in a major, can't break into Wall Street. You can't get in there maybe, but you can survive. And Jesus said the poor you'll always have. So you're never going to remedy it. You're never going to have a remedy for it. Not in this world. All right? And communism or socialism or Sharia law or any other dictatorship type law will never work. It will never, ever, ever work. So pray for the people of Venezuela. And America, don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. You don't want to go to this type of government where just the few have it all and the rest have nothing and can't even have the right to create something because of price freezes and regulations. And, that's why you don't want a big government. You want little governments and put the power in the hands of the state. Our federal government is it's a monster. It's so big and cumbersome and so wasteful. What we really need to do is scale the United States government back by 2/3 and have just a strong military to protect us. And then let each of the governors run their own states with a free enterprise capitalistic society. And our country would really flourish. But obviously I'm just a preacher from the cornfields of Indiana. What do I know? I know this. I know more than Nicolas Maduro. Pray for these people. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're in the last days.